here. Let's see if I can get better light here. Turn this way. Here we go. So I'm down here in Tennessee, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area, and my daughter had a tournament down here, and they won in a shootout. And I want to hit on, and we got people with loud mufflers going around here, and I want to hit on some things because I've seen some posts, and you know, I don't want to get too political because then Google will shut me down if I ain't careful. But you know, somebody's trying to be cool out here. But I want to hit on the thing of, should I start a business now, with a lot of uncertainty? The uncertainty of, the taxes and all of the stuff that come along with running a business. That's part of running a business. Dealing with taxes, dealing with stuff that that just deals with our business stuff. A lot of times people worry to death about taxes, but I want to tell you something here. If you're only making $20 an hour right now, you can literally go to Wendy's and Chick-fil-A and make $19, $20 starting out. So if you think that by controlling your future, you're going to stay at this job that's paying you 20, 25, even $30 an hour, that's not going to be worth a whole lot here and soon. $30 an hour is not going to be able to pay your bills before long because everything is going up. And that's not Jason trying to be scarce. That's just telling you the truth. When you deal with people, and I've seen it a couple times, people were asking, should I start it this year? Should I start, what about all these taxes that are going to be coming in when all of this stuff, and what do I do if how do I keep stuff going? That's part of running a business. It literally is part of running a business. And, I know a lot of times we don't understand how to run a business because, I know some people that, maybe you were working whatever your 9 to 5, and you've never really worked a job or had to do your own business. And there is a lot to a business. You got the accounting side, you got your CPA, you got, the billing, that you're running your CRM, and there's just a lot of stuff that we have to do to be able to run a business. And to be able to run a successful business is definitely something that you have to do. You have to know what you can take off for your taxes, and that's the important part of having a good CPA. A good CPA, I know a lot of people I got a good sign friend that he does about 10 million a year, and he shows about $89,000 on his taxes, $85,000 on his taxes. And it's all about how to do it right, and how to do it successfully, and how to move money from one spot to another, so that way you can not get caught. And there's ways to do it that you don't have to be sly. You can put stuff in a SEP IRA. You can go buy a rental property. You can do all different kinds of things, so that way you're dumping your money and you're not having it get taxed, and you're not paying all this money in taxes. And, as time comes on and they try to keep raising their taxes, it's going to get worse and worse. And if you're just working a 9 to 5 and you think that your taxes aren't going up, you're going to be mistaken. You will be shocked that things are going to go up. Inflation, I seen somebody, Lynn Sutton, put on that you can make starting out at Chick-fil-A for $19 an hour. $19 an hour starting out at Chick-fil-A. I just want you to understand that if they're wanting to pay that much, they're willing to pay that much because they can't find nobody to work. And when people pay that much, everything else goes up. Chick-fil-A, you're going to be $10, $12, $15 coming out of Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A's already $8 to $10. You're going to be $10 to $12 coming out of Chick-fil-A because Chick-fil-A is not going to be hiring these people and not taking a pay cut. They're going to be raising prices. When I say raising prices, I mean, I tell you all to raise prices for a reason. And the reason why is so that you can stay in business. the biggest reason why I see businesses go out of business is because they don't know how to raise their prices. They don't know their cost. They don't know anything that they need to know to be able to do it. You know, I got people that are not, they don't have a CRM. They don't know what's coming in, Harley. They don't know what's going out. And, you know, we got to know our numbers. And, you know, I see a lot of times people are like, you know, you want to do $50,000 a month. That's all fine and dandy, and you can do $50,000 a month, but you have to know your numbers before you can go to get there. Because if you don't have your numbers, I'm just going to tell you, if you don't know your numbers, it's going to be real hard to know what you need to do to grow. You don't know if you need to raise your prices, or, I mean, I'm telling you to raise the prices just because I know that's what you have to do to keep you in business. You know, a lot of times people think that, well, I can't charge that much. They won't pay it. Well, you know what? That's probably not your right customer. You're not looking into right customers, because you find the right customers, they're going to pay it. And yes, I only had a 40 to 50% close rate, but those were the 40 to 50% close rate that I wanted. Those were the calls that I wanted. Those are the people that I wanted. I didn't want the other 50 to 60%. Those were not my customers. They wasn't willing me to pay premium pricing. They wasn't willing to give me what I needed so that I could run a business and take all 4 months out of the year, because I can't work 4 months out of the year in the greater Cincinnati, because when the weather comes, the weather sucks. Guess what? That's what happens, you know? And so this is why we have to be able to do it. And so, and then the next thing is should I start a business now? Well, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're going to start a business, it's best to start it in the fall. And the reason why I'd say that to do it in the fall is because you can get you a few jobs, you can start learning what you need to learn, and then you can do marketing all winter long. And then when spring comes, you're ready to rock and roll. You're ready to hammer down and start making money. If you wait till the spring to start, you haven't worked on your Google My Business, you haven't worked on your Facebook, you haven't worked on your LinkedIn, you haven't done nothing. And so then when spring rolls around, you have nothing. You have no marketing, you have no nothing. Where if you start it now, get you a few pictures, get you a few jobs underneath there, and then that's what will make you happen. So that way, when spring comes, you will be ready to rock and roll, and you'll be able to hammer down, and you'll be able to make your 100 grand your first year, because you've been doing your due diligence, you've been working your Google My Business, you've been doing the things that you need to do so that you can start and grow your business and be successful. That's why you start now. When I started in the fall. The reason why I started in the fall is I worked on my rig all winter, and I worked on my marketing. And guess what? When spring rolled around, I was ready to rock and roll. I was ready to get things done. I was definitely ready to do the things I needed to do. I was definitely ready to do the hard things. I was ready to, you know, put out my yard signs, and I wasn't scared of the phone ring and all of that kind of stuff. Yes, Jason, you don't need a website. No, you don't need a website. A website is not going to get you business. A website is not, if you pay $5,000, a website is not going to get you business right out of the get-go. It is not. Start your GMB now. Absolutely, 100%. Because again, a website is not going to get you business. If you're not doing some SEO stuff and your citations, and it's not a good if your website isn't doing well with your GMB, that's where your issues. And so if you want a good website, you know, you want your GMB, whatever your GMB service is, your Google My Business, whatever category it is, that's what you want on the first page. So for you, it should be pressure washing services, because that's the Google My Business category. So on that first page should be all about pressure washing services. And then if we have other services, them need to be there. So other headlines, taglines, not taglines, but any other service we're doing, we need a house washing page. We need a roof cleaning page. We need a concrete cleaning page, a driveway cleaning page, paver sealing page. We need all of those pages so that way we can keep us going. And then that way, when we do our Google My Business post, then we can start targeting our Google My Business post with those. And so that's definitely 6 months is how long my website has been up. I've done nothing you're supposed to do. It just takes time to get ranked. Frustrating, but that's how it takes. And, this is Nathan. I hate to say it, but you're in a very tough spot. You're in a spot that has been people in front of you that have put tens of thousands of dollars into website builds. Wildcat Pressure Washing has 10 businesses, and they all got them all tied together, and they've got probably $100,000 in those 10 businesses that are doing it. And it's just, you're going to have to find the little areas that you can do it, so that way you can hammer down in those areas. And so those are what you got to do, you know and then, that's just the way it is. So, and Google ads are cheap. They're not too cheap. Most of your Google ad clicks are going to be anywhere from about $10 to $20 a click. And, there's people out there that'll be willing to pay $100 a click for Google ads. Yeah, you can get cheap clicks, but usually your cheap clicks are just that, cheap clicks that aren't worth a crap. And so, them are usually your pressure washing hose and all the other crap that you don't want to be doing. So those things there. But yes, you should start your pressure washing business now. And the reason why is so that way in the spring you're ready to go. If you're worried about what's going to happen, I mean, there's nothing that we can do that can change that right now. It's going to happen, and it's rather if you sit on your tail and do nothing, and be a person that's just going to take it, and be a person that isn't going to move forward, or you're going to take a chance and take a risk. And yes, owning a business takes risk. It's not easy. That there's a lot of risk involved. It's not for everybody. You have to be able to take that risk, though. And a lot of times the benefit will outweigh the risk if you're willing to take that risk. But you have to be willing to take the risk. You have to be willing to do the hard things, because if you're not willing to do the hard things, that is what is going to hurt you in the end. I don't care who you are, what you do. If you're not willing to take a risk, and then owning a pressure washing business or owning any business isn't for you, because there is risk involved. There's risk of you screwing up something, you falling off a roof. There's risk of you taking high pressure and blowing or blasting something and screwing something up. There's risk of you. There's risk of you. There's risk of you mixing the wrong chemicals. There is a lot of risk. I keep forgetting to take my after pictures. You got to do that. Wow, West, you know better than that. That's why you got to write things down. You got to have a checklist, so that way you don't forget to do your after pictures. But there is a lot of risk out there. Chemical burns. You can get third degree chemical burns from using sodium hypochlorite, bleach. If you get bleach on you, you can actually get third degree burns. You can get a lot of different things out there of, shooting high pressure in your skin, shooting it in your eye, breathing this stuff in. There's risks that are involved in it, and so this is why you have to do it. Is the reward? Well, yes, 9 times out of 10, the reward is there, but that is what I got to do. I know I got to get my money. I'm okay. Let go. So, but that's part of doing your check sheets and all that. Busting a window from your tips not secure. It happens. I've seen it happen. I've paid for windows. It sucks. So those are some things that you have to do. Care more about all the related niches. Find, and that's not a bad thing. Find a niche. There's a lot of niches in pressure washing, and you can find a niche. And if you niche down in a niche, that can actually do you well, and you become good at that niche, then that will be what will help you. That's some things that can make you be very high-end person. If you become the paver sealer dude, you can be high-end paver sealing dude, and that's all you do. And your average ticket's $1,500, $2,000. Or you can be the roof cleaning king, all of that kind of stuff. Jason, you still sick? I'm not really sick. I was yelling and screaming, and I lost my voice at the soccer game. It came down. They tied. It went to 2 overtimes, 5-minute overtimes, and then it went to a sudden shootout. And my daughter is the goalie, and she touched 4 of the 5 balls and let 3 of them in, but she stopped 2 of them, and our girls made them all. So that made us win. So Um, that is why I've lost my voice. I've been screaming a lot today. So that don't help things out. um, but it was a great time. You know, I always want you all to do the same thing. I want you to have family time. Family time is more important than any business, and I do really believe that. Um, I do. Business can definitely help you do things that you would never be able to do before, but I also want you to make sure that you spend time with your family. Spending time with your family is more important than any job out there. Spending time with your family is definitely something that you cannot get back. You know, people always say time is money. Time is not money. Um, you know, time is something that you can never get back. If you think that you're going to get time back, you're wrong. Because when your time is up, your time is up. There's no amount of money can be made when your time is up. When you're dead and your time is up, money don't mean nothing. So just remember that. Make sure you spend time with your family. Make sure that family is definitely something that is a priority. Even if you got to schedule time in your life for family, it will be the best thing you ever do. Especially if you have little kids, those kids, if you're just gone all the time and you're working 90, 100 hours and you think you're grinding and you're doing all this stuff, and at the end of the day, and you do this for 3, 4, 5 years, you really ain't doing nothing for yourself. It really is not going to do you any good at the end of the day. And that's me being heart to heart with you guys. I'm being serious. You have to spend time with your family. I've done it for I did it for 6, 7 years where I was gone 100 hours a week. I went to the firehouse and worked 56 hours a week. And then I would go to my pressure washing job and I was working 40 and 50 hours up there. So I was working 100 hours a week and I was gone all the time. And my kids didn't know who I was. I tried to make their games and stuff, but that's all. And so I just want to make sure that you understand that you really need time. There's one thing that you can't get back, and that is time. Time is something that when it's gone, it's gone. And you only get a certain amount of time of your life. You only get a certain amount of time of your kids. You know, your kids are going to be 18 and out the door and they don't want nothing to do with you. So you have to remember that time and you know, and it ain't so much that you got to spend time with them because quality time, I would rather you spend quality time with your family and with your kids than quantity, because sometimes quantity isn't always a good thing just because we're spending lots of times out there, you know. So I want you to spend quality time with your family, with your wife. Go on dates. The best thing you could ever do if you have kids is go on dates with your wife. If you want a relationship that's going to last, go on dates with your wife all the time. Make it something that you do once a month, once every 2 months, that you go on a date with your wife. Kids are home, you leave them with somebody, you find a babysitter, you pay a babysitter, and you have time with your kids or with your wife, because with you, that is something that is more special than anything else, is having that time with your wife and having that relationship with your wife, because there's no amount of money in the world that we make is going to make a good relationship. You can make millions of dollars, and I know people that are just miserable because they're just miserable because don't have no home life, they don't have nothing. So do these things so that you have, you know, time with your kids and time with your wife. So how do we do that? By scheduling. Make sure that we have a schedule. Make sure that, you know, we pencil in time. That's how we got to do that, because otherwise, if you think that it's just going to happen, it's probably not. um, I don't know if we have any questions here. I've seen we had some stuff coming on here. um, let's see. Work hard, play harder. Yep. $100,000 a year, but how much do you need to put in for supplies, advertising? And I personally am finding that I'm about a third of what makes goes items like that, not counting. So if you're going to do $100,000 a year, you're probably going to net about 50 to 60,000 bucks. You can usually be about 40 to 50, about 50%. Now, taking in consideration that, I'm not paying for my phone, I'm not paying for, a vehicle a lot of times. So a lot of those costs I'm going to put into my business because my cell phone, my internet, all of that kind of stuff is getting paid by the business. So yes, I'm not going to show that I'm making, my business made $100,000, but I only made $40,000. Well, the reason why that is because just what I said, my gas, my some of my food is going to go on there. Some of the bills that I'm normally paying that is my phone and internet and all of that kind of stuff is coming out of that business, but it's actually benefiting me because that's a benefit that I'm getting. My health insurance. My health insurance is $1,200, $1,500 a month. Yes, I'm paying for that, but that's a benefit that my business is giving me that I'm getting to take that off of my taxes, so that way I don't have to pay taxes at the end of the year. So, it's not a bad thing. It's something that we do to help us make sure that we are doing that. Um, Brother and I are starting a washing business, going to order our equipment at the end of the week. We are super excited and started the new. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Um, Jason, I'm not educated on marketing. Can you please hook me up with some good people that you can outsource this to? I don't really have good people to give to you, to be honest, dude. There's a lot of snake oil out in the world. How many jobs you get this week, Will? I have a pressure washing coming soon. I hope to make this my side hustle till I can separate from my full-time job. You can do it for sure. Jason, I hope you're doing well and your family are doing well. We're hanging in there. It may sound trivial, but I'm hung up on business name. Just pick one. Should I put pressure washing in business name or house washing, soft washing, etc., or should I not be that specific? If I was going to put any of them, I would put pressure washing in it because it will help your Google My Business out really well. Because people are going to type in pressure washing more than they're going to do. Definitely not soft washing because only in Florida maybe they might know about soft washing. I'm blessed when my son helps me pressure wash the summer. He went back to school and I'm missing my helper. And that's awesome. When you get to spend time with your kid doing what you love to do and making money and stuff and each other, that's time that you need to cherish because that is awesome. Thank you for sharing. I've been watching you every day. 60 hours a week at my normal job and 15 to 30 hours on the weekend doing my house wash side gig. Or, of course, I'm single. That helps out too when you're single. I do that many hours weekly. Been there, done that. Um, Being home by noon before the kids are out of school is great. It is great. I, I got a deal. I know the owners and managers for 20 years. I work to live and not work to live. Let's see what else we got down here. Um, Jason, Jason, any advice for investing for long term, Roth IRA, etc.? Yeah, you can do a Roth IRA. You can do, I believe it's up to $6,500 or $7,000 per person, is what it is, and then you can do a SEP IRA, which is a way that you can do a lot more in business that way. The only issue is like if you and your wife or something, somebody has to be a W-4 or W-9 or through your own business to be able to do some of that. And honestly, I would talk to, like I have a lady A financial advisor is who I would talk to. I would find a financial advisor and figure out which way is the best way to go. Can you do pressure washing year round in the Panhandle of Florida region? Probably so. I know a lot of people in that area. Probably. Jason, I got roof cleaning ad running in the Georgetown Theater. I'll keep you updated on how that does. Hey, do you prefer direct drive or belt drive? Belt drive's a little bit better. Belt drive is better for. It's just better. It's not turning as fast and stuff, so that's why it's better. Closed another big roof in Indian Hill today. Thankful for the market. Makes me want to pull the plug on the full-time job and wash time. Yeah, Indian Hill is your big. If you can do Indian Hill, Loveland, Mason, Montgomery, if you get in that area and you can get a lot of work, you'll be set. That's where all the work is. Mr. Al, preach it. Nathan can keep me updated on how your ad at the theater goes for sure. I'm helping my buddy get set up. He is leaving a handyman maintenance job. He ordered a 4-gallon a minute 100-yard sign. It's exciting helping others learn. He has come on the job to learn. Just got my trailer yesterday and did a job for my church. Lot to learn still. You have been a huge help with your videos, advice, listening to the podcast every day. First paying job Saturday. That's awesome. You can get one, you can get 101. Mr. Al, appreciate you. I just bought my pressure washer and XJet. The small stuff like quick connects, bleach, buckets, engine oil are the things I don't think about. Yeah, and that's what costs you the most. How much should I charge to bring water to a job with a well? I charge a couple $100. I ran into a new customer just recently, and he buys and flips houses. He's been pushing them dirty homes on me. This is something we all need. What about Dodge Coin? Yeah, who knows where that's going to go. Eviction. Evicted 50,000 spiders. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Evicted 50,000 spiders this weekend on a commercial building. I know I did not charge them enough, but it was worth. That's funny. You got a bunch of mad spiders now. Jason, would just like your opinion? Will those common 11-gallon gas pumps pull directly from a buffer tank through a proportioner? It can, but you got to do some finessing on the back end because it actually is running through the bypass. You got to run your bypass through it a goofy way. Roof wash, spray it and leave it or rinse it. If it's shingle, I just spray and rinse it. Now, if you don't have gutters, you need to rinse it. And if it's clay tile, you need to rinse it, or metal. I'm out of Westchester, so I'm right in the middle of those areas. Yep, that's a good spot to be, man. Pricing flat work. What do you guys take in consideration for walls, driveways, and sidewalks? Hey, Cincinnati Soft Wash, I was going to say, too, you've been pushing a lot of, your TikTok and stuff like that. Hey, you can use those TikToks and put those in different video forms for, Facebook and for Instagram. And you can even put those TikToks and those videos in your Google My Business because where they're so short. And then we'll all help you out in the end. It definitely will. Because I've been watching some of your TikToks and stuff. And so make sure you're putting that in your marketing. Make sure that you are putting that in your Google My Business, into your Google My Business post, all that kind of stuff. Pricing flat work. What do you guys take in consideration for walls, driveways, sidewalks? I mean, you're just going to measure it. Charge 30 cents a square foot. Do you advise starting with just cleaning driveways at first? You can. Get you a pressure washer. You can do house washes, though, pretty cheap, though, because all you need is either a downstream injector or an XJet, and you can start doing house washes. And at that point, you can do house washes, deck cleanings. You can do everything except roof cleaning. So you don't need, a big soft wash system and all this bullcrap. All you need is a pressure washer, a downstream injector, and you're ready to rock and roll. Looking to start washing concrete as a side hustle? What size type pressure washer should I go with? I would at least go with the 4 gallon a minute pressure washer. It's not about the high pressure. And then I would go ahead and I'd go with the 5.5 pressure washer. If you can save up for it, it's about I think it's about $1,800, and that's going to be your better option. Now is the time to upgrade. I bought 2 Honda 390s and searching for a dual axle trailer. People are dumping equipment at all times. And you know why they're dumping equipment? Because they don't know how to charge, they don't know how to run a business, and they suck. So don't be one of those people. Don't be a person that sucks. And I'm talking to you over here. I don't want you to be a person that sucks, because I want you to understand my pricing. When I tell you to raise your pricing, there's a reason why I'm telling you to raise your pricing. Because if you don't raise your pricing, you'll be like these other people that are selling equipment and you suck. And I don't want you to be a person that sucks. I want you to be a person that is successful, and I want you to be a person that is making money and being profitable. Because being profit is not bad. Read a book, Profit First. Profitable is a good thing. Making money is a good thing. It really is, guys. It's not a bad 4-letter word. What size quicksand X do I need for the XJet M5? You'll need the 1/4 inch for that one. The 1/4 inch. Gotcha. I put a couple on Facebook, but I'll have to add my business video to my fiance pre-treating the driveway. Need her to do more videos. Hey, if she's pretty, it really helps you out. I'm just saying. The more skin she shows, it's even better. But that's not really your customer that you're going for, so that's not the case either. Got Google review numbers 109. Consistent, prolific, relentless, ruthless. Yep, getting them 5-star reviews is amazing. I can't wait to build my rig over this winter. I plan on getting a 10-gallon a minute soft wash system to get the extra reach on roofs so I can minimize the times on a ladder. I love this boy. 10 gallons, 24. Honestly, I would wait on them. I mean, I want to see what they're going to do on that 10-gallon a minute, 24 volt. I want to know what's going to. I want to see some bleach come through them and see how well they're going to last before I go spending a bunch of money on one. Trying not to suck. Knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. Jason, do you have an email for the book giveaway yet? I did. I did it the other day. I did it right after that. You should have got an email from Amazon showing that you had a $25 gift card. And it should have went to your email address, whatever your email address you signed up with. If you didn't get it, I'll have to look at it and see. Because I got 4. I gave away 4, but I only seen 1 or 2 that came through saying they got it. You in the dark? I'm actually at a cabin here with my in-laws and stuff. My daughter's birthday's this week, and this is what she wanted. So my brother came into town and everything else. My brother Billy, that's Crazy Bill TV. Super dirty sidewalk black. Will LA Awesome work 1-to-1? Probably not, but bleach will. Pool shock will. You do 1-to-1 on there, get you 6%. Will clean that right up. I should say rebuild rig this winter. I'm not buying it until it tests. Yeah, I would wait to just see what it does. Facts about 24 volt. The thing about 24 volt is you're going to need 2 batteries. And then, how you're going to how do you charge both batteries? You can't charge, most battery chargers are only going to 12 volts. So those are some things you just got to remember. Hello, sir. Thoughts on a 4-roller pump for gas soft wash? Roller pumps aren't good for soft wash because it has too many moving parts and they're mostly metal and they will go bad. Got my email the next day. Chrome put. Yeah, I did it that next day. I did it on Thursday morning before I left, or Friday morning before I left. So I made sure I went and gave everybody's to them. Where's the best, cheapest place to get yard signs? Pressurewashhelp.com/get signs. Pressurewashhelp.com/get signs. You buy me a cup of coffee whenever you buy them through there, and it's about the cheapest you're going to find them. It's about $350 with stakes. You can actually get cheaper ones. You can get reusable ones for like $200. I plugged my 4-gallon Predator pressure washer and it blew the hose that goes from to the reel. Where do you think is going wrong? Well, if you plugged it in the wrong spot under the unloader and the unloader's not unloading, that's the problem because you just created where it can't unload pressure, so it unloaded it through the pressure washing hose. Really, all I want from the system is the extra reach 2 tall roofs. Have you heard anything about the Pump Tex X6? No, I know Jimmy Hall's been working on it, but I don't know nothing about it. You know, I kept with here's the thing that I'm going to tell you guys. I kept with the 12 volts for a reason. You know, they're going to tell you they're going to get a little bit further. Look at this, how amazing it is. But you know, when the booster pump come out, that was the shiz niz, buddy. If you didn't have a booster pump, you were nobody. Well, whatever happened to booster pump? Well, they started having problems and issues, and people spending $2-3 grand on booster pumps, and now you know you don't hardly hear about them. The roof pumps, you know, the Comet roof pumps, the $3 grand. I had one. It lasted a year, and it started blowing holes in all the plastic. You know, and each one of those little things, you know, it was $2 grand in the first place, and then by the time I kept fixing all the holes in the crap because of the bleach, well, screw that thing. A $200 12 volt per truck is a lot easier at the end of the day. And so a lot of people get into that shiny syndrome of, oh, but this person says I can go get another 2 feet. Come on now. Come on now. And I'm not being bad on I'm not bashing trying new stuff out. But if you got something that works, keep using it. Keep making money with it. Because even a lot of the old guys I know that's been pressure washing for years and years and years still use 12 volts. Why? Because they work. They're cheap. They're easy to replace. If you could find an old scissors lift, they have a 24 volt charger. Yeah, $1,600. Is it legal to hang your yard sign on a pole like 10 feet up? Probably not. Are you going to get caught? Probably not. I know a lot of people put a lot of signs on post, and they still do it. I got a 4-roller pump. Once you get it primed, keep it primed. Work okay. Not so much pressure. You're going to be going with the 24, guess, no. If they turn out to be reliable. I did not get the email, Jason. All right, well, you'll have to wait. Send me, I'll have to check it. It'll probably be a couple days. You need both 12 volt and gas driven pump. That way, when one breaks down, you can replace it with the 12 volt. Period. They each have their place. Yep, you're right. I've been able to shoot 2 roofs from the ground and 1 from a ladder. Everything else I've walked at the point. The 12 does the job with who cares about the Star Trek gear. I can hit 2-story roofs from the ground with my 12 point, my 5.5. Does a 7 shoot higher? It doesn't, unless you're, and even if you're using a 5/8 hose will help. But I did some tests with the 5 versus 7, and even I have a 10 gallon, and there really wasn't much difference in any of them. Um, the biggest thing is a 7 has more issues, wiring issues, usually, and don't last as long as a 5.5. Probably got a leak in my manifold. I love the roof pump. I got an AR 45, but also a 12 volt on my rig. No issues with the roof pump. Been going strong all season. Built my manifold and 12 volt valve. My local shop boys here in Ohio put those bad boys up 15 feet on a pole. At what point does the house washing season end? Depends on where you're at, Brandon. If you're in the north, it's going to end probably about the end of October, 1st of November. If you're in the south, then you get a little bit more time. Jason, I finally audio booked Rich Dad Poor Dad. Great story. Assets pay for all my liabilities. Life goals. Yep, 100%, dude. Even if you have to replace an 11-gallon common every year, isn't it worth it? It enables you to do the work a lot faster, more jobs, pays more for itself. Maybe. Depends. I will keep a 12 volt and upgrade my marketing. Now that will get you more work in the end of keeping your 12 volt and instead of spending $2,000 on a pump, spend $2,000 on marketing. Now that will make you more money in the end. Guarantee it. Because a lot of you guys want to go spend all this money on equipment, and equipment don't make you more money, guys. I know equipment is fun and it's sexy, and you can see it and touch it and rub on it and lick it and kiss it and do all those other fun things to it. But at the end of the day, it's not going to make you no more money. Now, marketing, now it's not fun and sexy, and you can't see it, and it's just money going out the door a lot of times, and you hope it brings you back in return. That will make you money. Hit the thumbs up. My biggest job last year, Jason was there, was the day after Thanksgiving. What's the smaller buffer tank you can run with an 8-gallon? Well, 50. You can do a 50. What degree nozzle should I have on my J-Rod? So the first two numbers are the pattern. The last two numbers depend on what size unit you have. So if you have a 0040 is a 40 series. That means that's the size of the nozzle. And so the 40 series is good for 4-gallon. I believe it can be 5. The 60 series is for the 8-gallon a minute. I would do a 0040 or a 0060, a 05, a 0540 or 0560. I would do a 25, 60 or 40, and then I would do a 25, 15, I believe it is, which is your high pressure one. You say you have 30 days free. If so, how do I do that? Go to pressurewashhelp.com/free and you get 30 days free. Time to go to bed for a reoccurring customer in the morning. If you're in Alaska, the season really quick, yes. It's not going to last very long. Also, if you want to go check out, we do have a couple spots left in the in-person training. You can go to pressurewashhelp.com/in-person training. It's in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's going to be 3 days. It starts Saturday, Sunday, Monday. This Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Man, that's crazy. That this week, it's only a week away. And all day Saturday will be all about Christmas lights. All day Sunday, and if you want to send employees, that's the day you can send employees. All day Sunday is about marketing and safety and ladder safety and roof safety and aerial safety and how to run an aerial. And then Sunday, or that's on Sunday, and then Monday is pressure washing. How to pressure wash, how to quote, all of that good stuff. Just saying hi, all is well. Mr. Dan Anus, I haven't heard from you in a while. Whatever. If you guys are great, low hour equipment, come to Florida. I live in Eden, North Carolina, was making a joke about Alaska. Well, I'm going to jump off here. I hope you all have a great night. Again, if you want to go check out pressurewashhelp.com/in-person training, or you can go to pressurewashhelp.com/free. It is definitely something that if you now is the time to start your business. A lot of times people will be like, I'm going to start in the spring. Now is the time to start. You can get a couple jobs done this year and you can start working on your marketing. I know we've been talking about equipment, and equipment doesn't do you no good. Marketing, marketing, marketing. Marketing is what grows your business. If you want to do $50,000 a month, you got to do marketing. You got to be the best marketer. You got to figure out ways to get that $50,000 a month. And you got to know your numbers. We got to know if we put $10 in, we're going to get $100 back, or if we put $10 in, we're going to get $50 back, and that's fine too, because now we can put $5,000 in and we can grow our business. So marketing, 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 marketing. I push marketing so hard because I see a lot of people go out of business, and the reason why they go out of business is they'll go buy all this equipment that we've been talking about all night. We'll go get the AR-60, and that's what's going to grow my business, or I'm going to get the booster pump or air pump, or I'm going to get the biggest, baddest ass pressure washer out there, and that's what's going to grow my business. And none of those will grow your business at the end of the day. 0, 0, 0, 0 will grow your business. What grows your business is marketing, 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 and it's nonstop. We quit marketing, and that's a bad thing. We've got to keep marketing and marketing and marketing and marketing, not just to get new customers, but to our old customers. And when we do that and we make this thing a nice workflow, that's what grows your business. That's what makes you successful at the end of the day. So go do some marketing, and I'll see you all later.